Hello, welcome to Mono Sound Lab. My name is Pita, and today I'm going to show you how to connect and control a Shure Axient Digital receiver to a Yamaha QL or CL series. I have a setup right here with a QL5 desk, a Rio rack, a TO rack, and of course an Axient Digital receiver, all connected to the primary and secondary ports of this configured switch right here. The first thing we're going to do is set up the Axient Digital receiver. We need to set it in Yamaha mode. How do we do that? We press Menu, we go to Device Configuration, Device Audio, Dante Names, Dante Device Name, and here we set the mode to Yamaha. We also need to set the Yamaha ID. I already used 1, 2, and 3 for the desk and the 2 racks, so I will choose ID 4 for the receiver right here. Press Enter and press Enter. The second thing we need to do on the receiver is make sure the network settings are all right. So we go back to the menu, choose Network Configuration, and choose Setup. We have two choices here for the switch configuration. We can choose between switched or split redundant mode. If we choose switched mode, then the 4 connectors, the 4 ports on the back of the Axient Digital receiver are a combination of the primary network and the Shure control network. So all 4 ports are the same, and we only need to connect one of those ports to the primary VLAN of the switch. If we choose split redundant, then we have 3 networks in the back. 1 port and 1 network for the primary, 1 network and 1 port for the secondary, and 2 ports and 1 network for the control of the Shure Axient Digital receiver. So if we choose this, in this case, we need to connect the primary network to the primary VLAN, the secondary network, of course, to the secondary VLAN, but we also need to connect the control port of the Axient Digital receiver, so the control network, to the primary VLAN of the switch. Don't forget that, very important thing. Next, we need to make sure the network settings are okay. The control network needs to be different from the primary and secondary network, of course. To make sure that is the case, I always choose a manual mode for the control network. I use the standard 192.168.1 range. I choose 80 for this device. For the primary and secondary network of the Dante, I choose automatic modes, as you can see. So this completes the setup of the Axient Digital receiver. Then we need to set up the desk. The first thing we set up in the desk is mount the digital receiver into the desk. We do that by pressing Setup, going into Dante Setup, and choose Device Mount here on the bottom. So in slot 3, I press slot 3, I will patch the online device list, the AD4D, so the Axient Digital receiver right here. Patch it into the slot, and as you can see, I have an AD4D on slot 3 right here. The desk does show it now as virtual, but it takes a few seconds before the Axient Digital receiver connects to the desk. As you can see, you get a pop-up when it is connected, and it says device 3 is connected. So now the Axient Digital receiver is connected and mounted into the desk. The next thing we need to do is make sure the control network settings are the same as the control settings of the Axient Digital receiver. So we go back into the setup and we go into the network tab right here. On the bottom we have for device control. You need to make sure that the IP settings right here are in the same range as the Shure control settings right there. So, like I said, it was a 192.168.1 range, so I already done that here. If you need to change the settings right here, it is possible you need to restart the desk to make the changes apply. Just mentioning that. Once this is all done, you can see and control the Axient Digital receiver from the desk right here. So if I go into I/O device, and I go to wireless, as you can see, I see the Axient Digital receiver right here, and it says controllable. So I have full control from the desk to the Axient Digital receiver. If I tap it, you can see I can mute the receiver, I can adjust the receiver gain, and I see quality level, an RF level, and a battery level. I also see, if I take the handheld, the input level on the receiver, as you can see here. What is also a very neat feature, you can't only see it here, but if you patch it into the Dante patch, so let's say Dante 1 is AD4D channel 1, and then T2 is 84D channel 2. And we go to the channel overview. We see on channel 1 and channel 2, I have all the receiver overview and settings right here. So if I go into the input section, I can control it and see all of the parameters right here as well. So this is how you connect and control an Axient Digital receiver to a Yamaha desk. I hope you liked the video. I hope to see you next time. Bye.